what this is. Now, unfortunately, it was in the closet way in the back. Yeah. Had to go through a metal detector, very traumatizing. Now it's Mardi Gras. It's Carnival, it ain't Easter till next Sunday, maybe today Palm Sunday. You can tell I went to Catholic school. Yeah, I was thrown out in the 3rd grade, and then they sent me to a convent school hoping to save my soul, and I was thrown out after 6 months in the 4th grade. I called it really just political differences. Anyway, this is for Mardi Gras. Let's have some. He had a gown, a very tall hat, and a purse so fierce it was on fire. And I wanted one. Just to see, that's what happens. Then your hair turns yellow and go all wrong. Okay, let me introduce the band. I don't mean to shock you. You seem like very nice. Okay. On bongos, normally she plays guitar, but she's very versatile. And she's fierce. Miss Alex Nolan. Next to her, another fierce one. And she got green hair. You got light green, I like green. It's so spring. Okay. Normally she plays keyboards, but right now she's playing maracas. But also very versatile. Miss Rocky Road. On Cajon, I'm very proud of her because in 1986 I had a special way of telling me what she was and was not allowed to learn how to play. And times have changed, ladies. You don't put us in the rice fields anymore. Come on. Playing Cajon is Mrs. Mona Tabacola. And over here, fabulous singer, nutty as hell, one of my good friends. Well, you know, if you look it up in the dictionary, there you are, great singer, nutty. It's in the dictionary. Anyway, she's a great singer. I'm so pleased to have her with me. Miss Elaine Caswell. And to the left of Elaine is another nutty friend, great singer, Mr. Neil Kuma. Behind them, holding down the fort, was in my band in 1986. I was his first band in the tour. Played around with a lot of people. He's a great drummer. So proud to have him with me, Mr. Sterling Campbell. And to my left, another really great musician. I've been working with this guy since 1983. We recorded and mixed the She's So Unusual CD. We've been working on and off together ever since. He's a great ear. We write together, we do stuff. I talk him into a lot of crazy ass projects, and he's there because he's always game. I love this guy. He's not just the bass player, he's also the MD, Mr. William Whitman. My grandma How you doing up there? This is Raimi. Hi, Raimi. He helps me out. But Raimi, you know, don't put this in the back of the closet. Okay, quick change. Okay, quick story, which everybody's gonna have a heart attack. But listen, you know, when I used to sit up there, I went to a concert, I was going to that Bangladesh thing in New York. Me and my sister, and we had to wait like 12 hours online. And after a while, when you're waiting online, you know, it was the Beatles, whatever, you know, right? So we're standing there, and you're standing there, and you're standing there, and all of a sudden you're like, you know, and I kept going, you know, down. I'm like, no, I'm not going down. I'm seeing George Harrison. I'm seeing this thing. And the two guys behind us, you know, every time we're going like this, they're like, oh yeah, wow, that felt good. You know, they didn't know. Bunch of knuckleheads from Queens. I'm from Queens, New York, I know. Knuckleheads. Could you imagine? I guess they weren't fainting, but we were. But I got to see them, and here I am to tell the story, okay? Anyway, and speaking of those kind of, you know, guys, after I became famous, and, you know, I never really learned the art of shut the hell up. Like, don't say anything. Somebody says something you don't like, just go. Instead, I would always be right in there, you know. And so I was in the studio. I was famous already at that point, and I was in the studio, and this very, very famous, iconic guy comes, which I won't say who it is, because if I do, it'll be crummy. So just understand it was a big shot, a big, you know, big Uchizu guy. And he comes in, he's going to this party for celebrating rock and roll. And I says to him, because it's all these men, and I said, where's the women? And he says, there was no women in early rock and roll. So, you know, yeah, don't even do that, right? Not to me, right? Because it's like I had a battery, like an old TV commercial with a battery. Go ahead, knock it off. Make my day, you know. So I was like, yeah, what about Big Maybell? What about Big Mama Thornton, who had Hound Dog on the charts for like 20 weeks before Elvis, okay? Oh no, that's blues. I was like, yeah, that was what Elvis was singing too, baby. And then I said, what about Brenda Lee? What about Wanda Jackson? And so, here I am to sing you one of Wanda Jackson's songs, because she was one of the pioneers of rock for me. And kind of paved the way. All those women rockers before me, you know, we stand on their shoulders. And then the people come after me, they're going to be standing on mine, and that's okay, because that's how it goes, right? Anyway, so I was in a group called Blue Angel, and my favorite part of that was singing these rockabilly songs, which we started just writing rockabilly. And before that, I was in a cover band singing all Janis Joplin songs. And no, I love Joplin. Listen, I wish I was her friend at that point, but I was too little, you know. I was little, I was a teenager, but I didn't know her. But, you know, I I don't know. I think that when I was singing it, I was so lost in her. And then one night, I felt like, you know, I think it feels kind of creepy being in somebody else's body. And I think she don't like it either. So, you know, I started studying jazz or something to become better than I was, because I didn't want to imitate somebody. So I went and I studied, and you know, I played in rock bands, and of course, I had the drums right here, and the 200-watt amplifiers here, and I had a little fart box that I used to sing out of, and you couldn't hear yourself, so I sounded like, you know, like that. And I used to have nightmares about it, you know, and then, you know, I lost my voice, and they kept saying, you know, when you're singing Joplin songs, they keep telling you, hey, just drink some, you know, Southern Comfort, that's what Joplin drank. And I said, yeah, she's dead. So, didn't seem like the avenue for me, I don't know. But anyway, I wound up, thank God, I lost my voice, I had to quit the band, and I joined another band, an original band with John Torrey, and it became Blue Angel. And he introduced me to all these wonderful singers like Brenda Lee, like Wanda Jackson, like Big Maybelle, like Big Mama Thornton, like all these great women rockers in the beginning. And so I want to sing this song to you. I got to sing it on my Detour record. And some lady came up to me at the airport the other day and said, hey, you're going to sing something from that country record. So, yeah, this is from that record, lady. If you're not there, that's okay, but I am singing it.